Sometimes I just completely blank on what to get someone for like a birthday or
Oh,
something.
I know exactly what you mean.
You want to get them something really special, right? But sometimes it just feels so overwhelming.
I feel that. Like, where do you even start?
Exactly. So I thought it'd be fun to do a deep dive into like the art of thoughtful gift giving.
Love it. I'm all about making gift giving more meaningful.
Me too. And luckily, I found this awesome article that talks about the 3 key qualities of a great gift. And we're also going to be looking at some insights from giftpals.com too.
Oh, gift pals. I've heard good things.
Yeah, they use AI to help you find the perfect gift.
Hmm.
But first, let's dive into this article because it really resonated with me,
Oh,
you know.
totally. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the thing that struck me is how much the article emphasizes personalization.
Makes sense. It's not about the price tag, right? It's about the thought.
Exactly. It's about finding something that like speaks to the person you're giving it to.
Right, like you actually get them in their quirks.
Totally. And the article breaks down gift giving into these 3 awesome qualities.
Ooh, lay 'em on me.
All right, so number 1 is introducing something new.
Okay, I like that.
Right, like maybe it's a book by an author they've never read before, or a
Whoa.
cool new gadget they'd never buy for themselves.
It's like you're opening up their world a little bit. I love that.
Right. And then the second quality is upgrading what they already have.
Now that's clever.
Yeah.
We all have those things we use every day, but maybe haven't splurged on the good version, you know?
Exactly. Like if your friend's a coffee fanatic, maybe you get them a fancy French press instead of just another bag of beans.
Ooh, yeah. Or if they're always using those flimsy grocery bags, you get them a really nice, sturdy, reusable one.
Yes, it shows you pay attention to the little things. And, it doesn't have to break the bank either.
Totally. It's the thought that counts.
Exactly. And the third quality is make them feel seen.
Ah, this is where the personalization really comes in, right?
Yes. Like going beyond just knowing their favorite color. It's about getting their humor, their passions.
That's about those little things that make them unique.
Exactly. Okay, I need an example. What's a gift that would make someone feel truly seen?
Let me think. Okay, imagine your friend's obsessed with vintage video games.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
Instead of the latest game, you find a rare edition of their favorite childhood game, complete with the original packaging.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like you're giving them a core memory.
Right. Or maybe they collect something quirky. You find a unique piece for their collection. Shows you appreciate their passions, even the weird ones.
I love that, celebrating their individuality.
Mhm.
So the article also gave some practical tips on how to actually come up with these personalized gift ideas.
Oh, tell me, I need all the help I can get.
Well, for starters, they suggest keeping a running list throughout the year.
That's so smart. It's like a gift-giving inspiration board.
Exactly. Like, if you hear your friend mention a book they want to read, jot it down.
Or overhear them talking about a new hobby they're trying. Boom, instant gift idea.
Yes. And they also suggest creating mini bios for the people you love.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more about these mini bios.
So basically, you write down their interests, hobbies, quirks, anything that comes to mind.
It's like a little cheat sheet for getting them the perfect gift.
Exactly. And then, as you go about your day, you can be on the lookout for things that fit those descriptions.
Oh, that's so clever. It makes everyday life like a treasure hunt for gift ideas. I love that.
Right. But what about those people who are just really hard to shop for? Like the ones who say they don't need anything.
Oh, I know the type. It's like pulling teeth trying to figure out what to get them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you do in those situations?
Well, the article emphasizes respecting boundaries, first and foremost. Don't pressure them, but pay close attention.
To like their habits and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they rave about a specific brand of coffee or always wear a certain type of jewelry.
Those little clues can be super helpful. It's like you're a gift-giving detective trying to piece together the perfect present.
Haha, I love that analogy. And you know what? Sometimes the best gifts come from simply observing and listening to the people around us.
So true. It's about being present in our relationships and paying attention to those subtle cues.
Absolutely. And speaking of making gift giving easier, have you ever heard of giftpals.com?
I've seen it mentioned online, but tell me more. What is it exactly?
Well, it's this fantastic platform that uses AI to help you find, like, truly personalized gifts.
Wait, so it's like having a personal gift-giving assistant powered by AI.
Pretty much. You create profiles for your loved ones, listing their interests, hobbies, all those quirky things that make them them.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So then what happens?
Well, based on those profiles, GiftPals generates personalized recommendations. Like, it takes the guesswork out of finding something special.
Wow, this sounds incredibly helpful, especially for those of us who, like, overthink gift giving or just feel overwhelmed by all the choices out there.
Exactly. GiftPals takes all that stress away. It lets you just focus on the fun part, finding something that shows you care.
I love that. So for anyone who's feeling like inspired to up their gift-giving game, giftpals.com definitely sounds like a resource worth checking out.
For sure. But let's get back to our deep dive. We were talking about those subtle clues and how to be a gift-giving detective.
Right. And I think it's important to remember that this applies to all sorts of gifts, even those trickier
I
categories.
was like, what?
Like perishable things,
Uh-huh.
food gifts, flowers, that kind of stuff.
Ah, yes. It's super important to be mindful of things like dietary restrictions and preferences,
Totally. Like you don't want to send a bottle of wine to someone who doesn't drink.
or a box of chocolates to someone with a nut allergy.
Exactly. It's all about being considerate and thoughtful, really taking the time to understand the person you're giving to.
Absolutely. And we were talking about keeping a running list of gift ideas earlier. What are some other strategies we can use to, like, stay ahead of the game and make gift giving less stressful?
Well, the article had this great tip about creating a gift stash.
A gift stash. I like the sound of that already.
Right. Basically, whenever you see something that you think would be perfect for someone, you buy it and put it aside.
Oh, that's brilliant. Like a little stockpile of potential joy.
Exactly. That way you're not scrambling at the last minute. And you can really take advantage of sales and stuff.
Ooh, smart move.
Yeah,
It takes the pressure off those big gift giving seasons, too.
totally. And speaking of navigating those busy times of year, I think the most valuable advice from the article was to start brainstorming and gathering gift ideas early.
Oh, I am so guilty of last minute gift shopping. It's always a mad dash.
Right. And it just adds so much stress, it takes away from the joy of giving.
For sure. It's like you're sprinting through a gift shop blindfolded, hoping you'll bump into something decent.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Planning ahead gives you time to browse for unique items, compare prices.
And add those little personal touches that make a gift truly special.
Exactly. And it allows you to, really think about those three key qualities we talked about earlier.
You mean introducing something new, upgrading what they already have, and making them feel seen?
Yes. Those take time and thoughtful consideration to get right.
Totally agree. So before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's take a moment to, recap what we've learned so far about being a thoughtful gift giver.
Sounds good. We talked about those three powerful qualities of a great gift, the importance of personalizing,
Respecting boundaries.
and we even discovered this awesome resource, giftpals.com.
It's like we've unlocked a whole new level of gift-giving wisdom, and we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right? There's still so much more to explore.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll be diving even deeper into the art of thoughtful gift-giving. We'll talk about how to make those personal touches truly unforgettable and uncover even more creative strategies to make every present a masterpiece of meaningful connection.
We'll be right back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
So before the break, we were talking about those tricky work gift situations.
Yeah, it's a fine line, You want to be thoughtful, but not, overstep.
Totally. You don't want to be too personal.
Exactly. So what's the right approach then?
Well, the article suggested going for something more generic.
But still thoughtful.
Oh, absolutely. Like a nice desk organizer.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Or like a stylish coffee mug.
Yeah. Or even a small plant for their desk.
I feel like everyone loves a little greenery in their workspace.
Right. And honestly, the article also mentioned that even just a handwritten card,
A card, really?
yeah, can mean a lot. It shows you care.
It's the little things, right?
It really is. It's those little gestures that remind people they're appreciated.
I love that. Sometimes the best gifts aren't even physical objects.
So true. Sometimes it's just about showing you care in those small, meaningful ways.
It's about that human connection.
Absolutely. And speaking of personal touches, the article had some awesome tips on making a gift extra special.
Oh, tell me. I'm always looking for ways to up my gift-giving game.
Well, one suggestion was to frame a photo,
Okay.
but here's the key. Write a handwritten note on the back.
Oh, that's such a sweet idea. Like a little hidden message.
Right. It's a keepsake. It turns a photo into something even more meaningful.
I love that. It's like you're giving them a memory and a heartfelt message all in one.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be a fancy photo either, just something that has meaning for you both.
Maybe like a silly selfie or a photo from a trip you took together.
Perfect. And those handwritten notes, they add so much personality, an inside joke, a favorite memory, a few words of appreciation.
It's those personal touches that make all the difference. Speaking of which, what about monogramming?
Oh, monogramming. Classic and classy.
Right. It makes anything feel instantly more luxurious.
That's true. And you can monogram practically anything these days. Towels, robes, wallets.
Like you're saying, this is yours, specially made.
Exactly. And it shows you put in that extra thought. The article also talked a lot about choosing gifts that really align with the recipient's values.
Yes. It's about going beyond those generic gifts and really thinking about what matters to the person.
Exactly. Like if your friend is all about sustainability, you might get them something eco-friendly.
Or if they're a total foodie, maybe you create a gift basket with gourmet ingredients.
Perfect examples. It's about showing them you get them. Yeah.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's the small, everyday things that make the biggest difference.
Like if your friend always forgets their reusable bags, you get them a cute one they'll actually remember to bring.
Yes. Or if they're always losing their keys, you get them a personalized keychain.
It shows you're paying attention. Those little things can be so thoughtful.
It's those little details that turn a good gift into a great gift.
Totally agree. Now, I know we've been talking a lot about personalization, but the article also mentioned that sometimes the best gifts are the ones that introduce someone to something totally new.
Ooh, I like that, like opening up their world a little bit.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. Maybe it's a new author, a new type of food.
Oh, or a new hobby.
Yes, it's like giving the gift of inspiration. I remember giving a friend a subscription to a Spice of the Month club.
That's fun. How'd she like it?
She was obsessed. It really got her out of her cooking rut, and like years later, she still talks about it.
That's awesome. It's so much more than just a material gift. It's an experience.
Exactly. And sometimes those unexpected gifts are the ones people remember the most.
That's so true. Okay, so what about those people who are super hard to shop for? The ones who seem to have everything.
The I don't need anything people. It's a tough one.
It is.
Yeah.
What do you do when you just can't think of anything?
Well, I think the article suggested focusing on those intangible gifts.
The ones that create experiences or evoke memories.
Exactly. Like instead of a physical gift, maybe you offer to cook them dinner or take them to a concert.
Or plan a fun outing together.
Yes, those are gifts that create lasting memories.
And the article also mentioned getting creative with personalized gifts that tap into their nostalgia.
Oh, I love that. Like giving them a piece of their past.
Exactly. You could make a custom photo album with pictures from a special trip you took together.
Or find a vintage item from their childhood that they'll cherish.
That's so thoughtful. And it really shows you've been listening to their stories and remembering those special moments.
It all comes back to that human connection, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about showing them you care, you understand them, and you appreciate them for who they are.
Beautifully said. Now, before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we mentioned earlier. Getting expert help when you're just feeling stuck.
Yes. And, that's where a resource like giftpals.com can really come in handy.
Exactly. Remember how we talked about their AI-powered recommendations and all those curated lists?
It's like having a whole team of gift-giving experts at your fingertips.
Right. And their platform is super easy to use. You just create profiles for your loved ones, and their AI does the rest.
So you can be sure you're getting a gift that's tailored to their personality and interests.
Exactly. They have such a huge variety of gifts to choose from, too. There's something for everyone.
I'm definitely going to check them out. It sounds like they can take a lot of the stress out of gift giving.
Absolutely. They make it easy and fun to find those truly meaningful gifts.
Okay, so before we move on, let's recap what we've covered so far.
We've talked about personalized gifts, experience gifts.
The importance of respecting boundaries.
And we even dove into those tricky situations, like shopping for someone who has everything.
It's been such a great deep dive into the world of thoughtful gift giving.
I agree. We've learned so much.
But our exploration isn't over yet. There's still more to uncover.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll be diving even deeper into the heart of thoughtful gift giving.
We'll explore those lasting impacts of gifts that come from a place of genuine care and understanding.
And we'll share some final tips to help you become a true gift-giving master.
So we've talked a lot about gift pals, which is awesome. But at the end of the day, it's the human element that really makes a gift special, right?
Oh, absolutely. No algorithm can replace that genuine connection.
Exactly. And I think one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to add that personal touch is with, a handwritten note.
Oh, a handwritten note. I love that.
Right. In a world of texting and emails, a handwritten note just feels so much more meaningful.
It really is. It's like, you took the time to sit down and actually put your thoughts on paper.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be anything long or fancy,
Hmm.
just a few sentences to say why you chose the gift or maybe share a funny memory.
Oh, I love that. It's those little details that make a gift so much more
I
special.
remember a few years ago, a friend gave me a cookbook, and she had tucked in this little handwritten note with a recipe she thought I'd like.
Oh, that's so
And
sweet.
she had like little annotations and tips in the margins.
That's so thoughtful. Those little touches make a gift truly unforgettable.
It really is. It's like you're giving a little piece of yourself along with the gift. And speaking of personal touches, remember how the article talked about framing photos with little messages on the back?
Oh, yeah. Such a creative way to combine a visual memory with a heartfelt message.
Exactly. And it's something they can put up in their home and look at every day.
Oh, that's lovely. A constant reminder of your thoughtfulness.
And it doesn't have to be a professional photo either, right?
Right. It could be like a silly selfie or a photo from a vacation you took together.
Exactly. And the article also talked about the impact of giving homemade gifts.
Oh, I love a good homemade gift.
Me too. There's just something extra special about something made with your own two hands.
Totally. It just shows that extra level of thought and care.
It's like you're saying, I made this just for you.
Exactly. And, it doesn't have to be anything super complicated either.
Like a batch of cookies or a knitted scarf, or even just a painted flower pot.
Yeah. It's the thought that counts.
And homemade gifts are like the ultimate personalized gift,
They
right?
really are. You can tailor them to the person's interests and hobbies.
Exactly. If you know someone who loves to cook, maybe you make them a jar of homemade spice rub.
Ooh, that's a good one. Or if they're really into gardening, you can make them like a little succulent arrangement.
I love that. And I think sometimes we get so caught up in thinking a gift has to be expensive or fancy to be meaningful.
Hmm, right. But that's so not true.
It really isn't.
Sometimes the most meaningful gifts are the ones that come from the heart.
Absolutely. The true essence of gift giving is about showing you care.
Exactly. It's about appreciating that person and wanting to bring them joy.
And it's about being present in our relationships, not just on birthdays or holidays.
So well said. So, as we wrap up our deep dive on thoughtful gift giving, I want to leave our listeners with this thought. What if we thought of gift giving as a way to, cultivate generosity and thoughtfulness, not just in others, but in ourselves?
I love that. Like making it a part of our everyday lives.
Exactly. It's about noticing those little moments where we can brighten someone's day, offer a helping hand, even just say thank you.
Those small acts of kindness really do make a difference.
They really do. So as you go about your day-to-day, look for those little opportunities to give, to share your light with the people around you.
Such a great message. And of course, if you're ever looking for some gift-giving inspiration, don't forget to check out giftpals.com. They can really help you find that perfect gift, no matter the occasion.
Absolutely. Go to giftpals.com and unlock the joy of giving.
And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, share it with your friends. Let's spread the love of thoughtful gift giving together. Until next time, happy gifting.